feeling really good. My energy level has really like increased so much. I find that projects that I've been having on my list to do that I've just been procrastinating and couldn't get things done. I was actually able to just knock it out, so that's been really encouraging for me. Just this newfound energy has been amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you said you lost 18 pounds, right? So far.
20.
Oh, 20. Okay. That's
yes.
awesome.
I feel like I can sustain it, and I'm excited about that because it's always been something that I've thought about doing. I didn't think I had the willpower to actually do it. So it's been nice to have this regiment, to be really committed to it.
And what kind of other progress have you made? So you lost the weight. What else do you feel like you noticed?
Just really, I think probably my focus, just being really super focused now, having just this newfound energy. That's the biggest thing for me. I've been wanting to clean up my garage for so long, and I just went in there one evening, and like in 2 hours, I got the whole thing done. Whereas before I just was like dreading it. It was like I was so lethargic. I'm like very steady throughout the day, and I wake up energetic, and it's hard for me to actually shut off at night, because I have so much energy. That's why my sleep has been a little bit erratic, because I start working. I have some vendors overseas, and so I'll finish my work day, and then I'll start answering calls or emails like at 7:00 and work until late. But I'm excited about it. It's fun projects for me. It's creative projects. I have a lot of energy.
Yeah, that's great. And so what questions do you feel like you have for us, like moving forward? So obviously you're going to continue on doing everything you learned. And is there anything that you wanted to clarify?
What are the best foods for me? Like knowing that I want to continue. I think I have another 15 pounds and I'll be really at my ideal weight. So what can I do, or just stay doing what I'm doing, like really not make any changes?
Yeah, obviously I would recommend to continue doing what you're doing, because that's the best thing you can do. You don't have to change anything. You can eat like this forever. I mean, as you know, we eat like this forever, but you still not over time, you're going to get healthier and healthier.
I'm over the moon. I'm just trying to figure out how I can, now all my friends are like, oh, Karen, this is awesome. Like, can you help me? And I'm like, I'm going to tell everybody about you guys, because I don't need another business right now. But like, I do see this as being something that, when my tennis retreat center is up and running, like this will be a program that like you guys could come like do like intensives. I feel like if we could have somebody to like, if we could house, a group of like 20 people in the house, and like for the first week, like kind of cater to them, like help them get through the hardest part, then it would be smooth sailing. I do think there's like opportunity for sure. So
yes, and you can always think of like, it depends on the group of people that are there. What do they want to achieve? That's what we can always tailor it to that. So it just really depends, what do they want? Do they want to, have more energy? That's what we can teach them or have a class on. So if you have a specific group of people with specific goals, that's what we can maybe have a course on. It would be fun for us to do something different other than a program.
It's like I've been trying to get healthy, but it wasn't until I heard it from you guys that it actually stuck for me. Like having that real science behind it. And I feel like before I was sort of going through the motions, trying to like check all the boxes of, yeah, I did this, I accomplished all this stuff, but like I wasn't really living it and being it. And so now, and like even my spiritual teacher, like he had to teach me like from a very scientific standpoint of why the mindset shifts work and how blocks, all of the things. And so then y'all just basically integrated the mindset work with the nutrition piece, and it just clicked. And then it was like, no stopping me now.
Yeah, that's awesome. Actually, we have a client, Shayla, you've seen her in the group. So she's a nurse, and she also said how going through all these medications, all these side effects, her organs failing. And actually in 21 days, she became symptom free from her Sjogren's. So her arthritis pain is gone. All her Sjogren's symptoms are gone. And she had it for 4 years. And the doctors basically said, this is the medication you have to go on to manage her symptoms, but not fixing the problem. So she's also understands the science approach. And she said that her program really made a big difference because it's scientific. And also she's getting results. So she's helping her patients now about her being on testimonial. We're going to do video with her hopefully next week, so she can share actually her journey and her her scientific background and how that makes sense to her and the results that she's seen. But she's symptom free in 21 days.
What about retesting blood work? When do y'all recommend that?
So I would recommend basically, because basically you want to see your vitamin D, that has to be within normal range. All the other labs, if you had elevated inflammation markers, these are the ones that you want to retest. So you just want to retest the labs that were out of range for you. And that's why one thing I want to mention, sometimes when people are really, really healthy, the HDL drops. So HDL is good cholesterol. It's good cholesterol that removes all the plaques from your arteries. But when your body doesn't have any plaques, then you don't need to make as much HDL. So one of our clients, for example, Todd, and another client, she went to retest and her HDL dropped, and doctor thinks, oh my God, your HDL is low. It means your risk for heart attack. But that's because your body doesn't need to make as much HDL anymore, since you don't have anything blocking in your arteries. So sometimes it can drop a little bit, but it can still be within the normal range, or maybe a little bit below normal range. But that's because you're so healthy that you don't have anything in your arteries blocking. So your body doesn't have to make as much HDL. So they always think they want to have LDL to be low, which is bad cholesterol, and then HDL high. So people who are really healthy, the LDL is still low, but the good cholesterol, HDL, sometimes drops than it was before, because then you don't need any more.
No one can believe actually the progress that I've made. And I'm just super committed. And it's just, I think I was just the right timing for me. And y'all are the right teachers. So it was good.
Thank you so much, Karen. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that you're helping your family members also, that you're an example. And keep us posted. Let us know, how great you're doing. So we're going to keep you accountable, okay?
Yes, please do.